I haven't talked to a lead or client in months. My AI voice clone does it for me. I'm going to show you how to create a simple AI voice clone that's trained on your knowledge to implement in either customer service, sales, or for maybe your high ticket coaching. And it's really simple. There are only 3 core steps. First, you have to pick a software that's going to do it for you. Then we're going to have to prompt it correctly so we get the output we want. And finally, the most key thing here is your knowledge base. You have to input all the key knowledge to make everything work properly. If you don't do this correctly, you're not going to get the right results. So let me show you how to do this the right way. So I just signed up for a brand new software, and it's going to help me actually clone my voice and respond to clients in text or voice, whatever they prefer, as well as have the ability to do SMS in phone calls. I've never used this software, so we're going to walk through it together so you can see how easy it actually is. And I didn't want to miss any of the beginning setup so you guys don't get lost and get frustrated throughout the process. So this is what it looks like after I paid. I'd signed up for, I think it's currently $100 a month. So now I'm just going to follow the prompts and fill out the information. So bear with me as we go through it. All right, so me, the company, and then we're gonna jump in. I think it's looking me up, so it's gonna find a matching profile, hopefully. And if not, I believe you can add your own profile. So it's really cool. There you go, it found me, it found my LinkedIn. So we're good to go, that's me. If not, I believe there's an option to upload your own LinkedIn. And this just helps the cloning process. So it's getting more information about you and your background. But we're gonna not worry too much about what it pulls because we're gonna focus on setting up our own information, our own prompts. So another bio, I'm gonna grab one for Founder Systems AI. Put that right here. If you guys haven't heard of Founder Systems AI, we help business owners implement systems into their business and use AI in the process just like this. All right, start verification. So now it's asking me to actually verify that's me. I think this is a very unique thing because they don't want other people cloning individuals and getting fraud and things like that. So I don't hate this idea. So I'm gonna come in here and let's go upload. All right, so I'm gonna upload my Florida ID and use this photo. I think that's what it's asking for. While we're waiting and while it's verifying me, the whole point of this is I wanna be able to use my own voice to talk to my customers and my leads. So I want them to have an experience with me. Founder Systems AI is really focused on my brand, my story, and my experiences. So I think that is a key piece, is really that one-to-one touch and that personality where they can actually learn from my knowledge. And the key thing here is what I mentioned is that knowledge base, where I'm gonna take all information from my course and my programs and my YouTube videos and upload it so it knows how to answer specific questions, and it can really just be like another consultant built into the service. So it's gonna do another verification. I'm gonna do this little guy. Don't steal my face, everyone. All right, so I couldn't verify, let's try a different device. Continue on another device. So now I'm just pulling it up on my phone. And face verification works very similar for everything. So let's see if I can get this to work. All right, so it worked on my phone. Congratulations, we're good to go. Now we're moving on to the next step. We just verified that it's me. Verification identity, ID submitted successfully, continue. Okay, so I'm sure you can change all of this later, but this will be my landing page for specifically me. All right, so we just claimed our profile. Now we're just gonna pick some things. So what are you an expert in? Let's do entrepreneurship, systems. All right, so I picked what I'm an expert in, and then let's see what our options are here. I'm gonna say that I want it to be, I guess it pre-picked. So it's a coach, it's an expert, and it's me. So I like those. There's other options in here that you can scroll through, or you can build a custom one. We'll probably end up customizing this later, but we'll go ahead and go through this. Okay, so we're just gonna leave this as well. Again, I'm gonna assume you can change all of this later, so I just wanna see what this looks like and get it moving as quick as possible for you guys. Now that we finished the basic setup with this software, the easy part is done, and we just need to jump in and customize this to us. So I've used a whole bunch of AI knowledge base and chat platforms in the past, and they all work very similar. There's really 3 things that make them work really well. One is the software, the other one is the prompting, and the last piece is the knowledge that you put into it. What I like about this software, specifically Delphi, is the ability to put in so many different types of mediums of knowledge to make it really powerful. So let's jump in and show you exactly how to do this. It'll be really quick. Basically, once we come in here, there's a few things to set up, but nothing crazy. The first thing you wanna do is go into the mind. This is the knowledge base that is where all your information is put in. So in Founder Systems AI, we have a really structured way of storing our mind or knowledge base, so that way anytime we're using an AI agent or a chat bot, we can create it really simply. So what I do is I have a master folder of all my school course communities for the Founder Systems AI course and community, link down below. And basically we have a organized structure of all the documentations, all of our transcriptions, all of our worksheets, all of our FAQs, a checklist, all of that is really clearly structured. And we use Google Drive because it makes it really easy. But basically each document gets a document reference number, whether it's active, inactive, what type of document, what department, the title, who owns it, a link to it directly, and then date last updated. This is super critical because we want to make sure that our documents are active and being updated consistently. So after every year, they automatically turn red. And then we know that we need to go make sure that they're up to date, make any small changes, and then update the date to this year. And then we get the full file name. So that's just how I organize my knowledge base. So every time I use a software like this, I don't have to start from scratch. So in here, we did Mind. I went ahead and uploaded these. So I just trained it, upload data. I went and just did file. And then I took my entire knowledge base of my presentations, literally everything from my course, and uploaded it into this AI. Then the other thing you can do is obviously grab your YouTube videos and things like that and put it in here. But before you do YouTube videos, you have to do your voice transcription. So we'll go through that in a second, but let's see, upload. And I recommend honestly sticking to just a file upload and keeping it super organized. So that way you're not really customizing this every time you launch a new tool or software, because these tools do change very, very often. And there's gonna be a newer, better one in 6 months. I almost promise it. So focus on building out this knowledge base versus building it all in here with linking to different things. So from there, you're gonna wanna clone your voice. So I did actually connect a separate mic to my laptop because this camera is going directly into my camera. So what I wanna do is we're gonna talk for a few seconds about life. So I'm just gonna ramble here, but I'm gonna tell you about Founder Systems AI. It's a course community where we teach founders how to implement systems into their business, utilizing the newest tools. So that way there's less chaos, it reduces their time, and they can really move from an operator into that ownership state. All right, so we talked for about 15 minutes or 15 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit stop. And the goal here is that's actually grabbing my voice. So now we're saving this and we're training it. So I think it says it takes 1 to 2 minutes. Wow, oh, it's already done. Your voice has been saved successfully. Okay, so now it's training on there. The next step here is the profile. This is what's gonna be viewable to the public. I'm not gonna spend too much time on here. We set this up already, and then you can basically add more things in here, add preset questions, and then go into advanced and really set up how it kind of thinks and what it learns. So this is where you get some better answers in this advanced section. Speaking style, supported languages, messaging. So this is the prompting piece of it that allows you to get significantly better. So you see the purpose behind here. This is the magic behind it. So obviously the software has to work, but a lot of the softwares do now. So it's really about how we prompt it and how we educate it with our knowledge. So I'm not gonna touch this, but this is where I'd recommend spending some time if needed, if you're not getting the results you want. So let's see if voice is done for us. All right, so voice is done. You can actually play with it here in Playground, and you can type something and I'll come back out of my voice. Let me unconnect this secondary mic, and hopefully I don't lose my audio sync. So test audio. Test audio. Okay, so that sounds like me. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm gonna move that over, my mic over in a second so you guys can hear. It's not perfect because it's coming out of laptop speakers, but past there's some advanced features like importing your CRM data, conversation history. You can do integrations, you can do broadcast, I think on a higher plan. And then really cool, you can turn this into an AI agent and have steps and automations that do SMS and notifications and grab data and stuff like that. So fairly cool, but that's not what we're here for. So let's go back to the home and let's go ahead and test this out. So now we get to either chat or talk with our agent that's been trained. So let's do, tell me about Scott. So this is obviously the chat. It's gonna come back and give me information from our knowledge base. So that's the key thing here, is it's grabbing from the knowledge base, and we could do something like, give me an SOP example URL template, whatever. Sorry for the spelling error, but now it will do that. And then we can see what else can we do. Revisit, adjust speaking style. So it knows that it's me logged in right now. Read out loud. So let's see if it reads in my voice.
I'm Scott Bartman, founder of Founder Systems AI. I help entrepreneurs scale by turning messy operations into clean, documented systems with automation and AI at the core. Before this, I co-founded Otter PR and helped grow it from 2 people into a nationally recognized agency featured in outlets like Forbes and Entrepreneur, with wins on Clutch, City, and Inc. 5,000. All
right, so you can see that is my voice. It's my style. That's my bio that I gave them. So here is more about the template and for a sample SOP. So it's working and it's pulling from our knowledge base. So let's go ahead and try the calling feature. So I think that's where people really want to see the clone voice in action when people have a conversation. So let's go ahead and start a call. So I'm assuming it's going to take a couple seconds as we do this. Let's see, allow this time, allow while visiting the site. Okay. All right. Hey, Scott, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm Scott. Digital, how can I help?
Can you tell me about bottlenecks and constraints in a business?
Hey, Scott, looks like your message cut off. Bottlenecks are basically the weakest link in your business flow, the part that slows everything else down. If you fix anything other than the real bottleneck, you won't actually move the needle. The key is finding an constraint and systemizing a solution around it, like documenting the process, assigning clear ownership, measuring impact, and then iterating to keep things flowing smoother.
All right, so that works pretty well. There was some loading time issues in there, and then of course, going back and forth with prompting is gonna get the answers that you want out of it. I do think that as of right now, I would personally prefer to work with the chat. I think the answers are a little bit better, and then having it read back in my voice is pretty cool. So I do think this is still a cool software to implement, especially for my coaches and agency owners who wanna have that more personalized touch where they actually can tell they're working with an individual. And then the last thing here that we need to do is integrate this into our website. So I already did this, but I will walk you through it real quick. So you'll come into integrations, you'll grab your own website. So I'm just gonna go into this one. And then, so I had to make sure to put in the URL. So let me show you what this looks like. So let's see if I go edit. So basically, this has the configurations. You do need to add the actual domain for it to work. So let's go back. Let's try a new one just so you can see. So we're gonna embed this, and then we're gonna go into custom code, and then here's where you add the domain. We're gonna put in profile, and then continue. So you can make some edits here. I'm not gonna really touch this. I just want to show you guys how it works. Continue, it's gonna give me the code. So then I'm just gonna copy the HTML. Then I use Go High Level for things like this. So I already have a Go High Level landing page set up. If you guys don't have Go High Level, I have 50% off. It is probably the most powerful CRM for agency owners and coaches out there. I absolutely love it. I've used almost every CRM, including at Fortune 500 companies using things like SAP and Salesforce, which I hate. Then we'll come in here to our page. We're gonna go ahead and edit it, and we're just gonna copy in that code. So I just wanna show you guys really quickly how to implement this. So I came into the plus button, I did code, you drag it over. I already have it, so I don't need it again, but I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. And then I have this one is the code. I go open. So I already have this. Again, the biggest thing here is you are gonna have errors if you don't copy the landing page correctly. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. It's already saved. If I go to preview, it's gonna give me an error. So I want you to see this. And it's because of the URL. So it's gonna give me this. But if I go in and go back to the actual landing page, so this is what a lead would actually have, it will work. So we got it working. One of the things we had to do is finish making sure we actually hit complete on this and that we had the right URL. It did kind of block us for a second, but it all works. And then this would look like the same way we can come in here and view it. If we come back to our home, we can actually talk to Scott. So this is your custom page. I think you can share this. I have it set to public, so let's go incognito. So you could, if you didn't want to embed it, you could just share this link. So super easy, and then people can actually have these conversations back and forth with you. And then just for example, I do have another service on this landing page, which is just a chat widget that kind of just has a chat back and forth. Same thing, it's educated. I personally am probably going to stick to this one for pricing and for clarity and customization. But I do think if you want that voice clone feature, this is a really cool starting point, and it works pretty well. Your AI agent is now doing the work for you. It's freeing you up to do other things and answer the silly questions you don't want to deal with. If you like videos like this or want to grab my free templates down below, make sure to subscribe, grab those templates, and check out the Founder Systems AI course and community.